Welcome on Submodule 3, Continuous Learning and Product Innovation. This submodule provides an advanced interpretation of sustainable consumption trends with a focus on clean labels, local food systems, compostable packaging, and plant-based products. It provides a thorough analysis of the market, regulatory Welcome on Submodule 3, Continuous Learning and Product Innovation. This submodule provides an advanced interpretation of sustainable consumption trends with a focus on clean labels, local food system, compostable packaging, and plant-based products. It provides a thorough analysis of the market, regulatory, and socio-cultural factors influencing consumer choices. It introduced competitive benchmarking methodologies and comparative analysis of industry leaders' best practices. The role of innovation observatories is explored and structured tools for collecting academic, industrial, and market data. The module will examine key product development methodologies with particular emphasis on design thinking. It emphasizes the role of consumer co-creation and rapid prototyping as catalysts for sustainable innovation. It established collaborative performance indicators that span the entire value chain, incorporating environmental, economic, and social impacts. It presents impact metrics related to waste reduction, traceability, and trackability. The analysis will focus on tools for measuring consumer acceptance and satisfaction. The module concludes with comparative best practice examples, supporting effective transfer to a business context. The first topic is analysis of sustainable consumption trends. To contribute effectively to reducing food waste, it is important to understand the emerging trends and innovation within the agri-food supply chain. Continuous monitoring enables us to grasp how production is evolving, how consumer needs are changing, and where new opportunities for combating food waste may lie. Consumer trends are evolving towards more conscious and sustainable choices, with a growing focus on transparency and product origin. Consumers are demanding clear labeling, natural ingredients, and ethical production processes. Promoting local food strengthens the connection to the local area and reduce the environmental impact of transport. At the same time, demand is growing for compostable packaging and plant-based alternatives that are consistent with an ecological and healthy lifestyle. Monitoring these trends enables companies to develop targeted product innovation and communication strategies. Benchmarking enables companies to identify the most effective practices and adapt them to their operating context. By comparing themselves with industry leaders, companies can identify organizational models and technologies that reduce waste and improve sustainability. Best practices can relate to management, technology, or logistics and must be implemented through a process of progressive adaptation. In this case, Identifying best practices and conducting a benchmarking analysis is particularly useful for several reasons. First, the agri-food supply chain is made up of multiple nodes, some fixed and other variable. Acquiring example of good practices from diverse projects allow us to identify the most effective elements even in similar but different systems. Second, by its very nature, the interdependence of the various areas of the agri-food supply chain, even in geographically distant territories, of those subject to different national regulations, generate advanced collaborative policies. Third, European and international networks for the exchange of good practices provides a platform for continuous learning and process standardizations. This approach increases competitiveness and corporate credibility with stakeholders and investors. Learning how to collect data from academic, industrial, and market sources is very important. Innovation observatories are essential for analyzing market and technological development in real time. They can be structured as an internal company units or as collaborative networks between university, research center, and trade association. The aim is to collect data from various sources, such as a scientific publication, industry reports, social media, and international trade fairs, and convert it into strategic insight. Trend analysis and horizon scanning methodologies enable us to anticipate changes and guide investment in innovation. Systematically managing this data reduces the risk of reactive decision-making and encourage proactivity. To combat food waste, a multidisciplinary approach is necessary, employing innovative tools for developing new products such as design thinking, consumer co-creation, and rapid prototyping. This is a user-centered methodology that promotes creativity and empathy in innovation processes. When applied to the agri-food sector, this methodology enables the development of products that genuinely meet consumer needs and values with co-creation directly involving customer in design and testing phases to ensure alignment between expectation and results. Finally, rapid prototyping enables new concepts to be tested swiftly, thereby reducing development times and investment risks. Integrated with market data and sustainability analysis, these methodologies form the basis for a responsible innovation focused on shared value. Measuring the effectiveness of collaboration is essential to ensure accountability and continuous improvement. Performance indicator (KPIs) must reflect not only economic results, but also the environmental and social impact of projects. Among the most relevant indicators are food loss reduction, energy efficiency, byproduct valorization, and stakeholder satisfaction. The use of tools such as a triple bottom line or life cycle assessment and analysis allows for an integrated and comparable assessment over time. These two examples are not the only tools that can be used successfully to measure the results of multi-stakeholder collaboration. There are many other of different types and with different purposes. However, these two are taken as example because they allow, with a clear and organized approach, the creation of useful reports for monitoring multi-stakeholders collaboration initiative. At the end, accurate measurement, both quantitative and qualitative, of the impact of innovation in reducing food waste is essential for assessing their real effectiveness. The most relevant metrics include the amount of waste avoided, energy efficiency, level of traceability, and consumer satisfaction. Blockchain-based digital systems can improve transparency and trust along the supply chain. At the same time, acceptability surveys and sensory analysis allow consumer perception to be monitored and marketing strategies to be guided. The integration of environmental, social, and economic indicators allow results to be communicated credibly and consolidate the company's reputation as a responsible player in the sustainable transition. We have now completed the module, and as such, it's time to move on the conclusions. This module represents a strategic synthesis of the cross-disciplinary and specialist skill required in modern production context geared towards sustainability. Its structure has provided the necessary guidance along a path that starts with an analysis of the supply chain and multi-stakeholder collaboration, moves on to the logic and circular economy and digital innovation, and culminates in the ability to learn continuously from data, best practices, and shared experience. The unifying element is the connection between innovation, participation, and lifelong learning. Sustainability, in fact, is not only an environmental goal, but a cultural and management model that requires new professional roles: network facilitators, process innovation technicians, public-private collaborative project coordinators. This module has equipped you with the essential strategic tools to comprehend intricate systems and transform collaborative efforts into tangible competitive advantages and shared value. In conclusion, the success of strategies that use participatory collaboration to reduce food waste depends on businesses and institutions' ability to integrate innovation, collaboration, and sustainability. The ecological and digital transition cannot be pursued in isolation. It requires collaborative networks, participatory governance, and continuous refinement of skills. In fact, only through a systemic vision that combines technology, governance, and a culture of conscious consumption is it possible to build a truly resilient, circular, and completely eco-sustainable agri-food ecosystem. Thank you.